This is Snapdragon. You don't see a lot of male Bosmers in the game that are trainers, marriageable, or can be followers. So that's what I'm going to do today. One of the first things you want to do is you actually want to create what your Bosmer is going to look like. A friend created a Bosmer for me, and we're going to go ahead and use that Bosmer as for what the follower is going to look like. Okay, this is what the Bosmer looks like that was created. Okay. Now, what you have to do is you want to go into the console, and the first thing you want to do is you want to export what the Bosmer looks like. So you go into the console, and you do that with the tilde key, okay? And then you type in SPF, and then the name of your Bosmer. So the name of our Bosmer is Kieran, K-I-E-R-A-N. And then what you do is you hit the return key or enter key, and then you exit. So you can get out of the game at this point. And then what you want to do is, so you've got the character export at this time, and we'll get to him in a few minutes, but you want to start out by bringing up the creation kit. And I previously brought it up because this creation kit has issues with when you bring it up, it can be slow, and you get a lot of errors. You'll probably see them later as I'm going through, and you'll get error messages and dialog, and you just get rid of them by saying yes all to all. I can show you, but I don't know if you want to deal with that right now. So this is going to be a plain vanilla follower, and the only thing you need is Skyrim ESN and Update ESM. I don't have any other plugins as part of this. Okay, so I've done that. And now what we want to do, we actually want to create an actor. So what you do is you right click in the window over right to the right side of where your filter is, and you say new, and it brings up an actor dialog. And since we want to call him Kieran, it's K-I-E-R-A-N. It's going to be the ID. And the actor's name is going to be K-I-E-R-A-N. Now, what we want to do is we want him to be essential, unique. You don't want you don't want more than one running around the game, and you want him invulnerable. This way, what happens is he's less likely to die when you're in a fight or something. So I always set him up that way, and make sure he's essential too. Okay. Then you go over to traits, and you set the race, and because he's a wood elf, we're going to set him to wood elf race, and we want to change the voice. We don't want to use the male elf haunty. What we want to do is we want to use a different voice, and let's see what we want to do. Yeah, what we want to do is we want his voice to be even toned. That way, there's voices out there for like marriage, and there's also voice dialogue out there for followers, and voice dialogue out for trainers. So male even tone should work just fine. So we'll look for male even toned. And we'll go with that. Okay. The next thing what we will want to do is we want to set the stats. We want them to level up with the player. So we're going to set to PC level multi. And you'll notice over here these things reset. This happens on occasion, so I just set it back and then say invulnerable. And let's start with the minimum level of 8 and have them go all the way up to 81. And what I usually do is I set the health offset to 50. Since he's going to be an archer, I really don't care about the magic offset. As far as his class, because he's going to be an archery trainer, what we want to do is we want to go set his class to trainer, marksman, master. That way what you can do is you can use him. He can train you for all levels. If you set, whoops. This thing does its own thing. Trainer, marksman, master. Yeah, there you go. So what this allows you to do is you can train him for, use him to train for all the levels all the way up. Like I think Thanedale, he only goes up to, he's only like a journeyman or something, I believe. I'm not sure. But what I want to do here now is I want to just go ahead and, with what I've got done here so far, I want to save it. So I just hit the OK and then save it. And I have to give it a name at this time. So its name of it is Kieran. That's going to be the plugin. And just save it. The reason I'm doing this is to save my sanity, because a lot of times the creation kit will crash on you. You'll put a bunch of stuff in, forget to save it, and then it'll crash for no reason at all. So what we're going to do is, so we've got it saved. So we're going to bring him up again. Now he's going to show up under actors, Kieran. There he is. Double click on him. And we're back, and notice he's got everything there. Okay. Now, previously what we had done is my friend created the character, and then I exported it. So we actually want to export it in here. So what we have to do is we have to go to character gen parts. And what we want to do is we want to import him. Right now he looks like this. If you look at his full head, that's what he looks like. Let's just look at the head. Yeah, that's what he looks like. Okay, now we're going to import him. So he's actually in the Skyrim directory. He is right there. Kieran.npc. So you click on that, say open, and that's what he looks like. Handsome fellow. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to save. First I have to hit the OK, and what we want to do is we want to save it so we get the textures and meshes for him. And hi guys, the creation kit crashed on me, as I have told you it happens on occasion, and so I got to reload this, so I'll just hang in there. It's thinking about, oh okay, it's done. Okay, so continuing with our buddy here, so we want to get our buddy Kieran out. Double click on him. Okay, now as you know, we previously imported him. What we want to do is we want to import this. So we imported, and we want to save the meshes and textures. So in order to do that, we have to select him, and then we have to hit Control F4, and then you get this dialog box, and then there it is. Then you just say yes, done, and he's been exported. Okay, so then what you do is you might probably verify that they actually did get exported. So in order to do that, you go to the data directories folder and you check the textures, actors, characters, face tint data, face tint, and you will see him there. And then you want to check the meshes just to be sure. Face gen data, face geometry, and he's there. Yes, so we're in good shape. Okay, the reason I check that is sometimes the Control F4 doesn't work. Sometimes what you have to do is you just have to save your mod and then come back in and actually have the display at full head. I don't know why, and then select it and then do the F4. But we're coming along okay on this. So we've exported it and we've got the textures and we've got the meshes at this point. So let's see what else we got to do. We have to, so we got the stats. Okay, so he's 8 to 81. And let's see, we need to set up the factions. Well, we want to be able to have him follow. We want him to be a trainer. And we want to be able to marry him. So you select new, and it brings up a dialog, and you want current follower faction. And you want to set that to -1, so it's active. Then you want to go with potential follower faction. Potential marriage faction. You want a trainer, so you want job trainer faction. And you want a job trainer faction, and I believe, let's see, it's marksman. So you want that. Okay, so we have all those set up. Next we need to set the relationship. Since you want to be able to marry him, say new. And Kieran, K-I-E-R-N-A, to player. And you set the child NPC to you, which is a player. And you set the association, whoops, P-L-A-Y, there it is. And you put the relationship to lover. Okay, I'm going to save this right now because Creation Kit keeps crashing. Okay. So we've got our factions, our relationship, and I don't use keywords, AI. Here's the interesting part. Okay. Now we're going to make him unaggressive. And let's see what we got. His confidence is brave. And we want him to help friends and allies since he is going to be a companion. His mood is neutral, and we'll put his morality at no crime. And I usually don't really do much with energy. You can move it up if you want to. Next, what we want to do is we actually want to place him somewhere. So what we're going to do is, but before we do that, we need to get the dialogue going for him as far as being a trainer. So let me save this. Save this. Okay, what we want to do now is we want to hook up the trainer dialogue so that our character Kieran will actually train you. So what we need to do, we need to go find the trainer dialogues. The way I usually find this is I go down to global and then I just type in trainer. And here's the dialogue trainers right here. Double click on it. And I select training branch. And because I'm looking for, I want to use Faendale's comments for the training. I'm going to look for him. See if I can find him. Yeah, here he is. Okay. I want to use his training comments, but I don't want to use them exactly as they are. So I'm just going to make a copy of them. And I hate this thing. There we are. Okay. So I've got a copy of it. If you look here, you'll see a little asterisk here. And I double click on that so I can edit it. Can you teach me to be better at archery? Or you can change it to anything you want to, but this is going to be your response. And what I want to do is I'm going to change it. Okay, here's his marksman. Okay, get base actor value. I double click on that. And he's a marksman. And I'm going to say anything less than 100. Because I want it to go all the way up. Yep. I was thinking there was a marksman master or something, but I think it's just marksman. Okay, so you've got that. So anything less than, it'll train you for anything less than 100. So that's good. And we don't want to use Faendale, we want to use our guy. So I click on Arc and then look for him. And there he is. So it's him. Job trainer faction. Yeah, that's good. Job trainer marksman faction. Yep, that's good. So we're all good there. So that's taken care of. So we can save it this time. Now we go back to our buddy. And so we've got the dialogue set up, we've got this set up. Now we need to choose some place to be. Okay, we got AI data set up. AI packages. This is where we've got to decide where we want them to be. Well, I want them to be in a Drunken Huntsman because my friend told me I had to put them in there, so I guess I'm going to do that. And so what what we have to do is we have to get this all set up. So what I'm going to do is you have to create a sandbox. You say new. And she's muttering over there in the background. So you want the sandbox. And we're going to set the editor location to 1024 so they can kind of wander around and do what they want. So I usually do it this way because 512 seems to restrict them more. So I set that to OK. So I set that. Then what we have to do is we have to set up some other stuff. So I'm going to click on this, save it. So I need to find the Drunken Huntsman. It'd be under Interiors. It's in Whiterun. And let's see if we can find it. Yep, here it is, the Drunken Huntsman. Yeah, I know. Okay. So here's the Drunken Huntsman. Now the question is, where do we put him? We could put him probably anywhere. Oh, we just have him standing. Sit, whatever. Okay. So what we're going to do, we'll put him right over there. Okay. So what we have to do, we go back to our guy. So if we bounce back to here, I want him over here someplace. So I'm going to drag him, select him and drag him and place him. Okay, and he's naked. Oh my God, I forgot a step. Oops. Oh, I guess that's not so good. Okay. Sorry, guy. He doesn't have any clothes. Oh my God. Well, it looks like I missed a step. Sorry about that. Okay, we have to set his inventory up. Okay. So for his default clothes, what I'm going to do, let's see what we can give him. Because he's an archer, we want him to give him leather, maybe. Or hide. We could give him armor, hide, simple outfit. We can do that. So I'll give him armor, hide, simple outfit. Now what we need to do is we need to give him weapons, different things like that. So I'm going to give him ebony. So I'll look for ebony. So I'm going to give him ebony arrows. I'll start out giving him 100. Don't do like I did and give him 100 bows and 1 arrow. That's not so cool. It really slows him down. Okay. Then I'm going to give him an ebony bow. And I'm going to give him, see what else he might like. How about a nice sword? Or maybe, yeah, a sword. Give him a little sword. And give him a dagger if I can find it. There should be a dagger. Yeah, here. Okay, so he's that. Okay, just be aware that he's gonna, when you open him up with the inventory, because he's a trainer, you're gonna see another bow in there, and you're gonna probably want to get rid of that bow. It's like a wooden bow or something like that. Okay, do we want to give him anything else? Maybe an apple? Yeah, he might like that. And then, how about a book? What would be a good book for an elf? How about Black Arrow, since he is an archer? We'll give him that. And how about some... And how about some septums? If I can find any. I don't see any. Do you see any septums? No. Oh well, I guess it's broke. So that's what we've got him. So he's got a Book of Black Arrow, food, ebony weapons. So he should be good. Okay, let's save this. Poor guy. And go back to him. Now that our poor guy has some clothes on, we can go ahead and place him in the Drunken Huntsman. So what you need to do is you just select him over here and then drag him over and set him there. Okay. Now you can move him a little if you want. And then hit the F key, which should put him on the floor. Next thing you need is an X marker. So let's look for an X marker. And then you select it and drag it and put it over here. You'll see it. Okay, whoops, that's too far. Okay. And it comes down here. We just drag it, put it over by the guy. Hit the F key. This is what is so fun about this kit. Yeah, okay, so we're all centered. So I'm going to save this. Next, what we want to do is we want to go back to our guy. And we need to set this stuff up. So I didn't want this, and I don't know why this is here. So what we want to do is, first thing we're going to do is a new, and this is going to be X marker. Kieran. Location. Okay. And it's going to be travel, and select that. And we don't want travel, we want sandbox. My bad. So you select that, and if you click on that, we want him to be able to move around a little. The 512 doesn't give him much, so we'll give him 1024. So that gives him that. And say OK. Then we need to add the default. It's 1024. No, it's not. .1024, and we want the default sandbox editor location. Select that, and that'll be displayed. So you want this one, so you want to edit it, and what you're going to do is you select it, and then our radius is 1024, and then you see this, it says near editor location. Select that, and then you go to near reference, You say select reference, and then you go to wherever your marker is. You see it's red here, but it's white here, so you select that. I usually double click. Huntsman, the marker's there, and then I say OK. Then I say OK again. Let's check and see if we got everything, guys. Okay, that's looking good. And I really haven't given any spells or perks at this time. We could give him a perk. Yeah, let's see what we could give him. I think there's one for Lightfoot where you're less likely to step on traps and set them. So we'll give him that, since it'd be nice if our follower wasn't tripping everything all the time in dungeons. Okay, so save that. Now let's go in and see if we can actually find this poor guy. Okay, let's go in and see if our buddy is here. Oh my God, there he is. Suppose he'll talk to me? Oh, he's going to sit down. Okay, let's go over and talk to him. See if everything put in.
Divine smile on you, friend.
Let's see if he'll train us. Can you train me to be a better archer? Oh my God, he can train us. Okay. Her archer isn't that good. Okay, let's see if he'll follow us.
Lead the way.
And he will follow us. Let's go outside. Let's see if he's got that stuff in his inventory.
I'm right behind you.
Okay. Need to trade something with you.
What do you want me to carry?
Well, he's got his ebony bow, his dagger, his arrows, his sword. See, there's this hunting bow I was talking about. If I were you, I'd just get rid of it. It's gone. Okay, and he's got his black arrow book, and he's got an apple. So it looks like he's working. Okay. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to go ahead and package everything up and put it on Steam as a plugin. Now that we've tested Kieran and seen that he will go ahead and train you, and that he will follow you, and he does have everything in his inventory that we put in there, what we're ready to do at this point is we're ready to package up the textures, meshes, and the scripts. The script is the one for the dialog trainer. So what I usually do, I have a folder that's just mods, and I usually make a copy of one of my other mod folders and use that as sort of a template. So I copy that and paste, and I'll rename it Kieran. And then what I need to do is I need to get rid of what is, so that I have a bare bones skeleton. And what you could do is you could just have a folder that already had gotten rid of all this stuff. And then you wouldn't have to go through what I'm doing. I'm getting rid of the archive too because I really don't need it. That's if I make additional changes to it, I can just put those in there. Okay, so it's going to be data. We have the meshes, the scripts, and the textures, which is the same as meshes, textures, and scripts in here. So we have to drill down, get rid of this stuff, because this was the other character. Get rid of the scripts. And get rid of, let's see what else we have to get rid of. Textures. Okay, we're good. Okay, now we have to copy this stuff in. So let's go back. Do meshes. So let's grab the meshes. Oops, wrong way. Copy. Go back to paste. Go to script textures. We'll do textures next. Drill down. So we're at the bottom. We'll go back here. Grab the textures. It seems like a lot of. If you had your directories open, you probably wouldn't be doing what I'm going through. Copy. Got the pair. Okay. So we got that. Now we need to do the script. So we drill down. Okay. So we go to the scripts. Whoops. Okay. So we go to data. And we go to scripts. And what I do is sometimes you have this PEX file, sometimes you don't. So what I do is I look for it, and I look for the one that was modified for the day I worked on it. So I worked on it today. So this is the one associated with Kieran. So I copy it, and then I paste it in. So that's in. Then I go down to the source directory, and I also look for the date modified, and it's today's date. So I copy it, and then put it in the source directory. You really need to keep these all your files at the in sync with what they would be in the Skyrim data directories, so you don't miss anything. So now that we've got all that in place, what we have to do is we go to the Skyrim directory, we open the archive, and what we want to do is we want to copy everything that's in that directory in the mods folder. This one here we set up at this mod directory. It's got the meshes, scripts, and textures. So what we want to do is we want to add a directory. We go to the mods folder, go to Kieran, go to the data folder, say OK. OK, and we've got meshes, textures, and scripts, I believe, are miscellaneous, and I always do it on the safe side and do like sounds and voices, so we make sure we get everything. And it doesn't do any good just to click these, because what you have to do is you actually have to open these and click these as well. If you don't select these, they won't get packaged. Not real friendly, but it does work. And then you click on these. Okay. So you've got them all selected, and then what you want to do at this point, you want to save it. So you save, and you want to save into your directory. I don't know why I went there. I always save it where I'm working. Where my mods are, where I set up my directories for archiving stuff. And so I've got that set up, and I say save, Okay. And then I can just exit it. If I got everything there. Okay. You go up one, you'll see it. Okay. Now what I do is I go back down to the data folder and just grab the plugin I use that's associated with this BSA file. So I'm going to copy it and paste it in. So I have a copy of it. But then I'm going to take this and then I'm going to copy it over here back into the data directory file, because this is the file this is the archive file I want to upload to Steam. Okay. Going back to the plugin, Kieran, we want to select file and then say upload plugin and archive to Steam. And then it's going to say archive data, Kieran.bsa already exists. Use it. And I say yes. And then I have to give it a mod title. And then I say upload. And publishing was successful. And if you go to Steam, it should be there. Thanks guys for watching this video. I hope it helps some people that may be having problems creating their own followers. I went ahead and uploaded it to Steam, so just look for Kieran Wood Elf Follower and you'll find it there if you want to actually grab the plugin. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.